Yeah, one of the hardest things to do is to record when there's nobody here and talk to a camera. That's very hard. So anyway, if you're easily offended by smoking or cussing, you probably should just move on because this isn't a place for you. Anyways, if you're still here, cool. You may have seen some of my other videos. You may not. This may be your first. This is the gray area. Brand new. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, which is fine. I'm going to do it anyway. And, you know, whatever. You do you. I'm going to do me. Okay, so I used to live in this house that was really very interesting. We call it the mill, and I have seen a lot of stuff in my life. I've had experiences with, I guess you could call it the Hat Man. I didn't know that. You have to understand this was a long time ago, and I was very young. So when I saw these things, this thing, I wouldn't even necessarily say it was human, but what got me is probably 8 years ago, and my stepdaughter told me about the Hat Man, and she didn't call it the Hat Man. She just said it was a guy with a hat. The Hat Man phrase hadn't become a thing 8-9 years ago. Anyways, I made the correlation that maybe what everybody is seeing is what I also dealt with when I was very young, 4, 5, 6 years old. I had recurring nightmares. And it was always the same dream. It didn't necessarily take on the same order, but it was the same dream. Sometimes I would be being taken away by this entity that wore a long black cloak and a hat. And I remember yelling for my father, which was not my dad. And at the time, and I knew that when I was yelling for my father, that it was not my dad that I was yelling for. You can do what you want with that. But I was being taken away, and then I would be hiding. And this is still in the same recurring nightmare. I would be hiding in between these two things, which I didn't know. I was just a kid. I didn't know what these things that I was hiding in, you know, to be able to explain to anybody who wanted to know what I was dreaming. I couldn't tell them that they were dumpsters because I had never seen or heard of such a thing. This is the 70s, and I think we had 4 channels, and we lived at a mill out in the country. Anyways, I digress. I was hiding, and I knew somebody was going to hurt me, and then they found me, and I would wake up apparently in the corner of the bed every single night saying, I'm sorry, 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 I'm sorry. So sometimes the dream would be in a different order, but it was always the same exact theme. And this went on for several years. I don't remember what finally made it stop. I honestly don't have any idea. However, this house was built by my great-grandfather. We called him Pa. Yeah, total hick, whatever. Again, you do you. And it had 2 attics, and I assume because it was a pole building once, and then it was added onto. old farmhouse added onto. So it had 2 separate attics. And the attic that was in the back of the house, my oldest brother used for his bedroom. The front attic, nobody used it. Nobody. And as an adult, that's a very strange thing to me. That not my mother, my father, nobody ever went up there. We didn't store stuff up there. We didn't use it for storage. It was huge. It's a full attic, full floor attic with the windows probably. Bizarre. Needless to say, my sister and I, we shared a bedroom, and our bedroom was right under the front attic. One part of the front attic, because the front attic literally took up the half of the kitchen, the living room, and the 2 bedrooms. So the back attic was the rest of the kitchen, dining room, strange, bathroom, and another bedroom. And then the attic would cover, the other attic covered that part. So, needless to say, every night that Teresa and I slept in that bedroom, and we slept in that bedroom for 7, 8 years. Yeah. There would be almost every night what sounded like somebody walking across the ceiling. And you could hear them slide and walk back across, slide, walk back across. We told our parents during that era, you didn't talk to your parents disrespectfully. You didn't mouth off. If they told you, whatever they told you, it was gonna have to be good enough for you. So needless to say, we just had to deal with it. And I'm glad that I had somebody to, experience it with, that I wasn't alone as a kid. But, so that house was weird. It's very strange. There was a lot of experiences in that house. But I came on today to tell you about the girl that used to sit, should I say, lay under the dresser. There's 2 bedrooms. The big bedroom on the right of the wood stove was my sister and I's bedroom. And then there was a long, skinny bedroom. And I mean like long and skinny, probably 5 feet wide and 10 feet long. Strange room. And it was a strange room. Very strange. But we had a dresser right at the door, a narrow dresser at the door. And I saw her so many times. I would get home from school and I'd walk through the kitchen into the living room to sit down and watch Looney Tunes. And she would be just watching. Sometimes I saw her when everybody was in the house. Sometimes I'd only see glimpses of her, but she was always doing the same thing. Sitting, like laying underneath the dresser. And there's no way that anybody could lay under the dresser, just so you know. The dresser was off the ground probably this far. That's it. And she had long, straight, brown to auburn hair. And when I think of her still today, and I knew this when I was a kid also, from the first time that I saw her, that she was connected to my brothers, 2 of my brothers. Because I have 4 older brothers. Actually, I have 6, but the brothers that were in the house. Large family. I'm the youngest. So I knew that she was connected to them. I didn't know how. I didn't feel anything from her, only that she watched. I have since then, of course, made up all kinds of crap in my head because I'm an adult. So, you know, we get jaded over the years about shit and decide that, you know, something nefarious went on and whatever. I don't know. I'm trying to explain this and share this with you from the perspective of a kid. And when I was a kid, I didn't think the way that I think today, which is probably a good thing, because sometimes I'm pretty jaded. Anyways, that was the main reason that I came on today. And I'm just trying to encourage people to do the same thing. Share your experiences. You can share them with me or share them with somebody else. I don't care. I would love it if you would share them with me. Otherwise, you guys are going to have to look at my mug, because I have a lot of experiences and I'm going to share them. And that's really hard to do. It is. It's really hard to bare yourself and to show yourself to people, especially when I have practiced my whole life hiding. So, I'm coming out of hiding. And brace yourself, because there's a lot of shit, I tell you, a lot of shit. But if you want to share with me, this channel is called The Gray Area. If you'd like to share any of your experiences, and I mean anything that is the gray area, stuff that people don't typically talk about, ghosts, Bigfoot, entities, forest spirits, fairies, UFOs, aliens, entities, strange happenings, apports, any of those things. And I have experience in all of them. So, I want you to share. I really do. I would love it. It would be amazing. So, if you could do that, you want to go to Your Gray Area at gmail.com, and that would be great. And then I will share your story on here, trying to build a platform that we can all just kind of get our shit out, and you can watch me stumble and be a dork. All right? Peace.